Hi, it's Lori. I'm going to be talking about the eligibility process of the 504 versus the IEP. From my understanding, the IEP is, both of them are mandates, but one of them is a federal mandate. So the IEP is a federal mandate, part of the IDEA Act, that basically says that a student not only has a qualifying disability, but that qualifying disability makes it where they need accommodations and an individualized education plan to help them succeed and learn in school, as opposed to the 504, which is basically like a map or blueprint guide that gives accommodations and modifications within the school setting. 504s are a lot easier for schools to implement because it can just basically be one sheet of paper and that has just been general modifications and accommodations, as opposed to the individualized education plan, which is more substantial and weighted, that has a team that comes in and does a SST and has a whole bunch of different cogs in the wheels going, usually a psychologist, a resource teacher, the general education teacher, and maybe even a behavioralist that will come in to determine what parts of the 13 disabilities, what parts of those disabilities are being impacted in the educational setting, and how they can make an individualized education plan to help accommodate the students. It's very detailed. It has modifications for the child that will be even down to like percentages of how to help the kid succeed, and increments to help them learn to grow. And the understanding the eligibility process, a child can be referred by a teacher. The parent can ask for an assessment, or not an assessment, but basically for the school to do testing to see if a child requires a 504 or an IEP, or like the school psychologist or the resource teacher can refer a student as well. And the experience, one personal experience that I have with IEPs is my oldest son is high functioning autistic, so I have been to a lot of IEPs. Myself, I haven't called any of them except for two, and so I have seen on the parent side a team of people at the school, very detailed to help him succeed in school. Most years, IEPs have been very straightforward. They don't take very long. They go over, because of autism, a lot of emphasis was done with this speech teacher and his social skills, working on that. And so many years that was kind of the emphasis. One year he was getting bullied, so they were working with the behavioral specialist because he was acting out because he was getting bullied, but we didn't know he was getting bullied until they found out why. But the IEP had it written in there that he could get extra help at lunch, and that would kind of help him be more successful in school. So that's the experience I've had with IEPs, quite a few. I found out I could call them myself. So one year I wanted to change his placement. I felt that, actually the general ed kindergarten teacher told me that he should no longer be in special ed and kindergarten, that he could probably just do regular kindergarten by himself. So I didn't know at the time, because it was all new to me, that you could call an IEP yourself. So I actually did. And they placed him in regular ed kindergarten, and he in her class, and he did fine after that, with help and accommodations. And The other time we called an IEP was actually, I think it was in 10th or 11th grade. He wanted to be in honors classes. And so he hadn't taken the test, but we had him placed in there, and he did fine. So a parent can call an IEP as well. 504s, I believe parents can call those as well, but I know they're not federally mandated, or if they are, this is the lower level of modifications and accommodations and instruction. And that's that's all I've got in regards to IEPs and 504s, plus my throat is killing me. Anyway, thank you.